Anastasia and I were both in the cold light of day, I too realized that Anastasia didn't truly love Kit, and that she only wanted to be loved for herself, and not as someone else. Had Anastasia been cowardly enough to say "I do," I would have tried to shut the wedding down myself, but I now knew that Anastasia couldn't go through with Lady Tremaine's plot to reverse my happy ending, because she could not bear to be something she knew she wasn't. "Anastasia," I gasped at hearing her say "I don't." "Cinderella," she answered, as she and Kit sharply pulled their hands away from each other. Anastasia felt she had to tell me the truth about her desire for love. "I couldn't go through with this, Cinderella. I don't truly love Kit, and I only want someone to love me for me," she told me, looking me in the eyes again. "So that's what you were trying to tell me," I exclaimed. This was a shocking revelation. I already knew Anastasia wanted love prior to the wedding, but I could not have possibly imagined that she only wanted to be loved for who she truly was. Kit looked to both of us, visibly startled. He now knew that the Cinderella standing in front of him was Anastasia, who had finally come clean about her true identity, and that I, the Cinderella standing a few meters to his left, was the real Cinderella. It was the final straw for Lady Tremaine and Drizella. They were both infuriated by Anastasia's sudden conscience, and knew that they could no longer hide their treachery. They decided there was no longer any point in hiding themselves, as they were still bent on destroying my happy ending, and so they emerged from the shadows as I looked on. Anastasia may well have exposed my stepmother's plan to Kit, but the merciless Lady Tremaine was back on the warpath, and now wanted an even worse revenge. "You spoiled, ungrateful woman! I've given you everything you've ever wanted, Anastasia!" yelled Tremaine, visibly angered by Anastasia's change of heart. "But I want someone to love me for myself, not as someone else!" yelled Anastasia. "It's wrong, Mom!" Anastasia continued. "I agree, Anastasia," I replied. "You're in for it now, Anastasia!" yelled Lady Tremaine again. "Guards, seize that woman!" the king ordered. The guards rushed toward the rest of the Tremaine family to arrest them. In a fit of lust for power, and with one iota of fear, Lady Tremaine pointed the wand at the ceiling and yelled, "Bibbidi-bobbidi-boo!" She created a whirling vortex of evil magic and started turning the guards into farm animals. First chickens, then dogs, and finally rabbits. I had never seen magic be used in such a malicious way, and I was now wondering what Lady Tremaine was going to do to get revenge on Anastasia for saying "I don't." Tremaine aimed the wand at Anastasia and prepared to strike me down. "Turn her into a toad, Mother!" Drizella suggested. My shock and amazement had now turned to anger, because it was only then that I started to realize how ruthless Lady Tremaine had become and how unloving she truly was. I realized that she was willing to do anything to reverse my happy ending, and would therefore happily destroy Anastasia's happy ending as well, and also use her evil magic on Anastasia if she dared to oppose her mother's authority on me. I realized the terrible truth that she did not want anyone in the household to have true love, and that she indeed had no concern for Anastasia, and was exploiting her desire for love to fulfill her narcissistic hunger of prestige, which was an even worse revelation for me. But Drizella was convinced it was all right for her. She trusted Lady Tremaine unconditionally. To say the situation was far worse than I could have possibly imagined would be an understatement.